Okay, Kristi, so today we're going to do an ab workout, 15 minutes of ab workouts. So I thought we'd start off with crunches. Crunches is something that you're probably familiar with, and it's a really basic workout. So basically, there's two different ways you can do it, and it depends on which type of abs you want to work. You can either do it laying down with your legs up like this, or your legs out like this. Sometimes I like to do it, it's really on your own preference, but sometimes I like to do it with my legs out like this and you just come up because it feels like you're getting more of a workout than when you're doing it just like this. So maybe you can start with your legs up and eventually work your way to your legs out like this. So a basic crunch, you want to make sure you're not holding onto your neck or gripping your neck so you're pulling your chin into your chest. Your hands are just there to kind of guide your body up. And so you want to suck your tummy in. So see how instead normally you lay down, your hips kind of curled up like this. You want to curl your hips down so that there's no gap between your stomach and the ground. So when you do a crunch, you go up, not like this, but up and down. And keep your stomach taut the whole time so that when you come up, you're not going back to your hips going like this, so that it just doesn't engage all of your abs when you do that. So you want to make sure your hips are tucked the whole time so that you get the benefits of the ab workout the entire time. And so when you do this, you're going to do probably about 12 or 20 you do 20 crunches and do 3 sets. So you'll do 20 of these and you'll do it 3 times. So next we have the side crunches. Side crunches, you're going to not go all the way up on your hip like this. You're going to kind of lean back on your butt cheek. You're going to prop yourself up with your arm just bent like this. Put your other arm like this and kind of keep your feet in the air. So when you bring this up, don't just stay still up top. Crunch in with your top too. So you go back down and everything crunches in. Again, keep your stomach sucked in the whole time so that you can engage your whole core. So notice how I'm not going just like this. I'm bringing both my legs and my upper body in. And you're going to do 3 sets of 15 on each side. So then you're going to switch sides. Again, not on your hip, but on your butt cheek. And crunching in. Bringing your full body into a little taco. And 15 with 3 sets on this side too. And then next we're going to do a twist on the ground. So you're going to make a V with your body, and you could either do it with your legs on the ground to start off with, or your legs in the air. It just depends on what's easier for you to start off with, but eventually if you want to make it more difficult for yourself, you can bring your feet up, but you can also bring your feet down like this. So basically you start like this and you just touch. You're going to keep your core just because you're already in this V tilted back formation. Your core is going to be engaged the whole time. So you just go touch, touch, touch. So you're going to do 30 with each one counting as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. And then make sure that you aren't moving your body around with it. You want to keep your body as straight as possible and only moving this upper part of your body during the twist. And then next, we're going to do plank. So ideally, you'd want to do this on a flat surface where there isn't gravel like there is for me. And make sure that your body is straight when you go up. So for a plank, it's kind of like our push-up position that we learn for arms, where we keep our butt and our back all in line. So you're not going up like this, but you're also not sinking your body down like this. You're going to take a neutral position where your butt and your back are all in one line. And you're just going to hold this for 30 seconds. You can do 20 seconds at first if it's too hard. But you're just going to, and again, make sure you aren't dropping and you aren't going up. And try and keep your head looking down, not looking down like this or up. You want to keep it at a neutral position so you don't kink your head. And you do this for 30 seconds and do 3 sets. And then we next have bicycles, which is like another crunch basically, but it's a twisting crunch. So it's like the twist that we did and crunches but put together into one. So start off with your legs bent like this. You come up and reach your opposite elbow with your opposite knee, and then you switch. And you switch. And again, make sure you aren't holding your head in like this, because if you hold your head like this, it's just going to crink your neck. So make sure that you're just barely touching and your feet are always off the ground. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you want to do about, you can start off with 10 and maybe eventually go up to 20 if you feel like you can. So the last thing we're going to do is probably the hardest thing out of all of them, but it's a good thing to end with. And if you don't feel like you can do it yet, then you can build your way up to it. So you start off with your legs up as straight as they can. I'm not very flexible, so that's about as straight as they can get. And then you drop your feet down slowly to the count of 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're doing that, make sure that you try as much as possible to keep your stomach down into the ground so that it's curved down like that and not just sticking up like this, because that's what your body's naturally going to do, but you want to make sure it's down like that. And when you go down, try and keep it a fluid pace and not going 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, because you're not going to get the benefit for that. So that's your ab workout for the day. Do everything that we said with the right amount of repetitions and sets, and that should be about 15 minutes worth of abs.